Hello and welcome back to Island Time Outdoors. Michaela and I are on the west coast of Vancouver Island. We're here for a week. We're staying in Ucluelet for 5 nights. Pretty much all we're going to be doing here while we're here for the week is just doing lots of exploring and a couple hikes and checking out a lot of the beaches. Currently we're on our way to an old bomber plane that crashed years and years ago. I'll tell you more about it when we're there, but for now, let's enjoy the trail. Check this tree out, it's really neat. So look at this tree, how it's so twisted up. I think it's a cedar tree. And it's surprising that it's even still alive. All the ferns on it are still green. So the first stop along the trail up here comes to this old abandoned building that you can check out. So I'm pretty sure back in the day this was an old building used for like communications, for probably like military purposes. There's some interesting structure here. You see it's got like almost these big tracks in the floor here. I don't know if that was for like drainage or running cables or some type of track for something to run along. See a lot, the old air ducts. There's still some light sockets there, or for the light bulbs to go into. Looks like they maybe had a hatch there. Maybe had a ladder or something so they could get to the roof. Got this old breaker panel. Bunch of shelves. I don't know if those are the original ones that were there or not. I'm betting there's lead in that paint, so we're not gonna touch it. Take another look at the outside of the building, this time from the other side. Very nice graffiti. All right, so we're all done checking out this building. We're gonna head to the next section of trail that takes us to the plane crash. If you plan on coming here, it's a good idea to wear proper shoes because a lot of the trail, at least the second half of it, consists of lots of roots. That's just how the terrain is around here with all the trees. This next section of trail, once you get down the hill, is quite nice. It's a lot of these like DIY boardwalks throughout the meadow here. Makes it a little easier after walking through all those routes. Also, if you come here in a wetter season, it's quite muddy, so be prepared for that. I just love the boardwalks in here. They look so nice. Now, if you're here during the wet season, all of this beside it would just be mud, deep mud. So it's good to time it when to come here. All right, so we're pretty much at the crash site here. I can see it through the trees a little bit. The trail was not too bad getting here. It's really nice. It's my second time being here, but this time is probably better. All right, so we made it to the crash site. Every time I see it, it just blows me away that you can take a short trail to come see something like this.
The plane crashed during 1945 due to a malfunction causing the port engine to lose power. The pilot was able to stall the plane to slow it down. All 12 crew members survived because of the pilot's quick thinking. I'll put a link to the full story down below in the description.
So you can see the whole old engine here, just laying here. People spray painted on it, but looks like it was like a propeller driven plane. Oh, you can see is that the headers there? So I don't know a lot about planes, but yeah, it's pretty neat just seeing that laying out here, especially this big airplane. All right, so I'm standing on top of the bomber now. Now take a look at this. Look at the big tail section down below here. Isn't that neat? You can see how beat up it is right on the top there. Be careful where I'm walking here because it's not very thick aluminum and I don't want to fall through. It's just amazing. So they would have come just probably like straight in, hit all these trees here, and just skidded right up the hill. There's the cockpit there. You can see. It's all dilapidated. So I'm gonna get off the top of the plane and I'm gonna show you guys the inside of it. Something I'd like to point out here, it's spray painted over, but these are the latches that hold and secure the bombs underneath the wing here. And there's another one here. On the other side, when you look up, you can read some of the letters of what it all says. But it's really cool that you can see that in the how it's actually held on there. Putting on wide angle so you guys can see. So here's the inside of the plane. Cockpit's that way. And then the tail of the plane's just down here. This almost looks like they had something here that could swivel on these 2 points. So I'm just crawling up to the cockpit area more. I think I remember last time I was here, somebody wrote out what happened exactly to this plane when it came down. They had the story written in here. I thought it's neat that they put that here. Max. Oh, he's so fluffy. Okay, we're all done here at the plane crash site. So we're gonna get on out of here. But it was really amazing to see it all. All right, so we got a little bit of excitement this evening. We were just driving back from Tofino. We just went up there to grab some coffee, check things out a little bit. But on our way back on the drive, we got a tsunami advisory warning issued for some of these coastal communities here. Off the east coast of Russia, there was an 8.7 earthquake. So right now is kind of like we're keeping watch. Someone blew the air horn before we got home. Our neighbors here were saying there were 2 bears wrestling in the backyard. So yeah, the bear might be back. We did see it run across the driveway coming in. One of them. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot going on. So anyway, with the tsunami advisory, we're just gonna kind of keep an eye and see if they issue any evacuations or anything. But in Hawaii, they're expecting 3.3 meter waves above the tide line. So we are currently about 20 something meters above sea level where we are staying. Kind of gets your heart going a little bit thinking about it. So I don't know, in case like for some reason we do actually have to pack up, we're just gonna have our stuff kind of ready to go just in case you know, it comes down to worst. But you know, I'm probably overreacting. I'm not a local here. We'll see, but it kind of freaks you out a little bit.
Potential for a tsunami in several areas. This is a map of where we have those warnings in red, advisories in orange, and watches in yellow. We don't know what the impacts might be, and so that is mostly just letting people be aware that something might occur. There's nothing known beyond that. There's nothing imminent that's going to happen. If we get upgraded to an advisory or a warning, then there's a little bit more cause for concern.
Well, this is a funny turn of events. We have still have a tsunami advisory, but we have come down to Big Beach and we're just looking around tide pools, that kind of thing. The waves from the tsunami aren't supposed to hit until like later on tonight, and they're only being measured at literally a foot tall, so I guess no cause for too much alarm. So that's why you kind of feel safe and comfortable being down here right now. But yeah, it's pretty. The sunset's beautiful. Gorgeous. So I'm walking down to the beach right here. We just come down to kind of a, I guess, more of a local spot. Not really, you know, not like a tourist spot, but it's quite nice. There's lots of rocks, a lot of beach to look at. I'm gonna try some fishing. Brought the rod. See what we can do. Look at the beach here. It's just all shells, all mussels. Even that beach up there is white. All shells. I'm just walking up the beach here towards the bluffs that's right on the water. I'm gonna try to find a decently deep spot to do a bit of fishing. Yeah, we're gonna give it a go and see what it's like. Beach glass, sea glass. Yeah, there's a piece right there. It's a nice piece. As I was walking, or just standing here, I was looking on my phone to see what it looks like on the other side on Google Earth. I looked down and there is an abalone shell right here. So these are used in a lot of indigenous art and carvings, and yeah, very nice shells. No, that's a big mussel shell. This thing is like, you know, it would have another half the same size as that compared to my head. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's amazing. Everything's just bigger over here. Throw that in the water. I'm gonna try to just check out over here by these rocks, see if there's somewhere I could cast. If not, I might try on the left here, and another option might be on the right. So yesterday when we had the tsunami advisory, we were expecting waves that were quite large, like, you know, not a lot larger than actually what we got last night. So we ended up only getting a 20 centimeter tall wave that was picked up on the, I guess whatever it is to record the tide and that kind of thing. So that's all that was picked up. So no concern, nothing. So we were pretty good. And that wave would have came a long way. That came all the way from Russia and landed on the west coast of Vancouver Island here. So it's crazy to think it came all that way. Before the next wave comes in, look at all the sea anemones down there. There's just loads of gooseneck barnacles here too. And I think these are like extremely expensive, like per pound. So it's like a luxury food, really. I think a lot of them are actually harvested here on the west coast anyways. Problem is there's too much kelp out here. Get to the bottom and then you hook up on some kelp. Yeah, it's not like super ideal. It is low tide now, which, you know, I was hoping for, but there's just too much kelp out there. The thing I love about this is like the scale of the rocks are really hard to kind of, you know, put in perspective on video unless you actually put your camera somewhere and then go walk up them yourself. We just walked over to this side of the beach here. We're just kind of doing a little exploring now. Fishing was kind of a bust, but this is what we're doing currently. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's really beautiful out here. All right, well, I think we're all done here. So we're probably gonna get going. We spent a few hours here and it was amazing.
Hi, sweetie. Like this is a fish taco. Any drinks? Yeah, it's got a bite.
I should have grabbed a napkin.
All right, we had some food And then we went home, had a coffee. Now we're out. We're gonna play a round of disc golf on Ucluelet's disc golf course. It's very interesting. It's like a putt and pitch course, but I don't know. It's still great. It's a good time. That actually works. Oh, I thought that was it. I need to talk about that one. Oh. Yeah. This is such a cool place. So many different exhibits here of all different types of things. Ucluelet Aquarium is definitely something you should check out. It's $18 admission for an adult, but there's a lot to look at. It's worth it. We got all finished with the aquarium over there and we decided to take the kayaks out just into the bay over here. And we're stopping at this little beach and my goodness, the abalone here is amazing. There's so many pieces. Look at all this stuff. Loads and loads of abalone. Very nice. We just collected a bunch and put them on the rock here to show you the little one. All this gets washed in when the storms come up. It's just amazing to look at. There you go. Look at that thing. It's like a big snail or something. Michaela's picking up the insides of these big swirly shells. They look like little Christmas trees. All right, life jackets are going back on. We're going back out in these sketchy little kayaks. It's a little windy. There's some swells towards the mouth of the bay there, but it's not too bad at all. Yes. We kayaked across the bay behind this island. It's nice and calm here. Very nice. Out there it's a little rougher, some swells, but you know, it's really pretty in here. Look at this tree here. It's got barnacles all over it. It's above high tide line, so I guess the storm pushed it up there. That's pretty neat. Look at the size of that thing. Just a little bit sketchy kayaking in little kayaks. At least it's calm here. Quite windy. Well, we're heading back in now. It's pretty windy out here, and yeah, we don't want to be here if the waves start whitecapping. We're on our last day here in Ucluelet, and we decided to come back down to this beach we were at a few days ago. And it's really hot out today, and it's sunny, so what a better way to spend the last day we have here. Tons of shells. Look at them all. All kinds of them. The size of this is just crazy. That is massive. Mussel. Found a small broken abalone shell. I just walked up onto the island up here. I was just checking things out. I wanted to come up here the other day we were here. Just ran out of time. But it's amazing up here. We just came up the rock bluff over there. And then there's just this big, massive crack here. And it looks like there's one right there too. It doesn't look like it on video, but I'm probably like, I don't know, 25 feet up at least. About 25 feet probably. That's easily 20 feet deep. Well, a big patch of white shells down there. It looks small, but it's so deep. Wow, dude, that's a big fire. It's right above that resort now there. That is crazy. So they're accessing the fire from up that road there. Look at that, right there, literally. So we just passed the forest fire that's on Wesley Ridge, and this is between the main island highway and Port Alberni. This is right beside Cameron Lake. So when I checked this morning on BC's wildfire app, it was at 265 hectares. So the fire started on the lakeside, down near the bottom of the lake, and it traveled across Wesley Ridge and up and over, and now it's threatening houses and homes on the other side of Wesley Ridge. And we are just going by there at the end of Wesley Ridge. This is, I guess, the east side of it, and it's awfully close to the highway. So I'm glad we're getting out of here today, because maybe given another day or two, I could see them shutting down this part of the highway here. But there's smoke everywhere currently too, so you can really smell it in the air. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. It was a great time coming out here and exploring everything for a week. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the more interesting things that we came across, and we did. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna come out here, do some more of this stuff again. You see how beautiful it is. If you like fishing, bring your boat. It's really good. Lots of salmon, lots of bottom fish, good halibut. Try it out. Anyway, have a good one.